To eliminate violence against women, abusive men need to own their behaviour. The voices of many of the perpetrators of domestic abuse interviewed for our Non-in-3 research showed clearly that they minimised the extent and the effect of the abuse, often blaming the victim. Let's be clear, there's no room for excuses. There's no red mist or sudden loss of control. This is a planned, premeditated, ordered use of power and control in the shape of systematic abuse and violence. We need other men to stand up and call it out. Please listen more to some of the men within our research centre as they talk about why their voice as men is important.
As a man, I stand up against gender-based violence. I stand up for gender equality. I stand up for respect and the dignity of women and for women. And I stand in solidarity with women against men who perpetrate these acts of violence. I think if more men were to stand up and call out men for the cowards they are, for the brutes they are, then I think more men would hold themselves to a higher standard of accountability and a higher standard of moral consciousness. And that is why, as a man, I stand with women and I stand with the Non-in-3 Centre against gender-based violence in all forms.
I think it's a duty in the modern day for men to stand by women and make sure that that gender-based violence is reduced as much as possible. That it's not about whether you're a man or a woman, whether you find it palatable or easy to ignore. I think we all have a duty and responsibility, men and women, to not ignore it, to speak out against it, to do what we can to try and change it.
It is no longer just my area, my zone, my family, my friends. The entire world needs to change.
To just through, because I think if we approach it from different directions, different perspectives, then gradually we start to change hearts and minds.
Let's make men a major part of the solution to gender-based violence.
I think as men working in this area as researchers and as men that have sisters, mothers, grandmothers, daughters, etc., we have an important role in speaking out against other men and telling them we're not putting up with it any longer.
Nothing makes a man stronger than when he stands up for what is right. It shouldn't have to be your mother or your sister's experience before you speak out. Together, and only together, can we make it stop.